All right, so today we're going to talk about a tool that's designed to tackle one of the biggest, let's be honest, one of the most painful parts of the legal world, just how dense and complicated legal documents can be.
Oh boy, does this look familiar? Your eyes start to glaze over, the words just kind of swim together. Yeah, it's a feeling every single law student and lawyer knows intimately. This is that wall of text we have to climb every single day.
And look, if you've ever felt completely lost in a sea of clauses, subclauses, and heretofores, trust me, you are absolutely not alone. It's a universal experience, and it's exactly the problem that this project, LegalEase AI, is trying to solve.
So let's actually give this problem a name. We'll call it the wall of text. It's that universal challenge that hits every law student, that moment when you realize you basically need the mental stamina of an ultramarathon runner just to get through a week's worth of reading.
I mean, just let that number sink in for a second. Over 1,000 pages every week. And this isn't exactly light reading, is it? We're talking about some of the most complex material out there. The sheer volume means that being efficient isn't just a nice skill to have, it's literally a survival skill.
So what if there was a smarter, faster way to get through that crucial first read? Well, this is where we introduce LegalEase AI. It's built to be your first pass assistant, the thing that helps you cut right through all the noise.
This slide right here, it basically says it all. On the left, you've got that familiar, intimidating wall of legalese. And on the right, that's what LegalEase AI gives you. A clean, bulleted summary of the key takeaways, all in plain English. It's all about turning that complexity into clarity.
So the big question is, how does it actually do this? Let's peel back the curtain a little and break down how this AI legal assistant works. The whole idea behind it is to keep things simple and incredibly easy to use.
And honestly, it really is a straightforward three-step process. First, you upload your document. It can be a PDF or even just text you copied. Then the AI immediately gets to work, analyzing the content and its structure. And just moments later, boom, you get real actionable insights. No complicated setup, no steep learning curve.
And this simple process unlocks some really powerful features. We've already seen the plain English simplification, but it also does things like risk analysis, it pulls out the most important clauses for you, and it gives you a high-level summary of the document details. The parties involved, key dates, all at a glance.
Okay, let's zoom in on risk analysis for a minute, because this is a really big deal. The tool doesn't just simplify the words, it's designed to think a bit like a lawyer. It actively flags clauses that could be trouble, things that are vague or maybe unfairly one-sided, and it's basically tapping you on the shoulder saying, hey, you might want to pay some extra attention right here. And it goes way beyond just a static summary. You can actually chat with your document. So if you have a specific question like, what's the liability cap in this thing? You just ask it. On top of that, it also offers instant translation into various Indian languages, which is a huge help for breaking down language barriers in a diverse legal landscape.
Of course, building a tool that seems this simple on the surface is, well, anything but. So let's take a quick look behind the scenes at what it really takes to make something like this work.
There's a saying that making something look simple is incredibly hard, and that is definitely true here. Just reliably reading complicated PDFs with all their weird tables and columns, and then making sure the AI truly understands the context. These were massive challenges to overcome to make the tool something you can actually trust.
All right, so let's zoom out. What does a tool like this actually mean for you as a current law student or a future lawyer? How does this really change the day-to-day grind?
This is probably the best way to think about it. It's like a super-powered Control-F. It doesn't just find a specific word for you, it understands the legal concept behind the word. So it can find the limitation of liability clause even if those exact words aren't even used. That's a game changer.
And this right here really illustrates the number one benefit, time. That initial, often tedious document review gets cut down dramatically. This chart shows you the huge difference between a purely manual first read and one that's AI-assisted. And that's all time that you get back to focus on the stuff that really matters, like strategy.
But let's be crystal clear about something really important. The goal here is not to replace legal experts, it's to empower them. The idea is that the AI handles the first pass, the grunt work, which frees up the human lawyer to focus on what they do best: negotiations, strategic thinking, and counseling their clients.
And that brings us to our final thought for today. As tools like this become more and more common, the actual nature of legal work is going to change. So if an AI can handle that first read, what does that free you up to do?
It points to a future where a lawyer's value is less about that rote review and much more about deep analysis and strategic insight. So what do you think that future looks like?